and I'm trying to organize it so that I can see my mum and me. Can't do that. My mum is actually eating at the moment. There she is. She's having her breakfast. So maybe I'll just point to me for now until she's finished, so that it won't disturb her. And of course, what I'm doing is reading my book, Driving at Nature's Pace, with my mum. The book is about a new approach to climate change. And it's kind of about how we can invest in ourselves, and that's what we need to do, because we can't trust in just serving the economy anymore. It's kind of not really working for us. You're probably feeling that. And so what climate change does is actually gives us a chance to invest in ourselves and actually change things to the way we would like, which is kind of quite positive. So we are now going into the second part of the book. The first part of the book is called Thrive, and the second part of the book is Imagine. The future has to be imagined for the possibilities to become possible. How about that? So, Chapter 5, Emergence. Imagine a child learning to ride a bike. The child calls out, "Promise you won't let go." The parents behind promise they won't. The child continues, and then something in the child awakens and calls out, "You can let go now." After a short while, realizing she's safe even without the parents being there, the child takes her hands off. "Look, Mum, no hands." In that particular moment, the fear of losing control is gone, and an entirely different dynamics begins. This is the true meaning of the invisible hand. The invisible hand is not a hand that cannot be seen. It is literally no hands. It describes the way Thrive contracts create an emergent economics. Good economics comes about when economic agents are genuinely free to make their choices. This is Adam Smith's proposal and the message from Elinor Ostrom. Good governance is about giving people the ability to make good choices. Bad economics come from fearing that they will make bad choices. It turns governance into manipulation and coercion. Governments and experts fear what happens if people do not make good decisions on climate change. It is considered too complex for ordinary citizens. They think people will consider actions that will only serve their own good. They fear that there is too much complexity and forget that emergence thrives on complexity. People navigate complex situations as they navigate through crowded streets. There is a dynamics that comes from the movement of the people around them. Some may move rapidly past each other with energy, and others may mill about and clump into islands. Whichever the situation, a collective motion emerges where everyone manages to do their own thing without bumping into each other. Emergence is effective precisely because it arises from people serving their own interests. This feels wrong because we've been conditioned into thinking that this cannot lead to good. However, it fails to appreciate that it is the moments when we nourish others that we thrive. When the costs are too expensive even for governments, self-interest embeds everything that people face, from the environment they face to the truth of climate change in their lives. It also includes how each person connects with others. This inherently captures the complexity of social interactions and the diversity of each person, and because of this richness, the emergent dynamics is highly robust. Emergence allows the right economics to come about. It is right because it emerges from the dynamics of each individual's own intentions and how they interact with others. So that was a short chapter. You can pause there, Mum. How was your... I will just pause here unless you have any thoughts.
Well, you never know what the earth looks like.
No, you don't.
If there's an earthquake,
Yes.
then it will take everything.
Yes.
So all the coal
Yes.
or the anything that is hidden inside
Yes.
the world will be moved.
Yes.
The movement make a big difference.
It does, and absolutely. So that's my mum. I'll just turn the phone so that we can see you.
How can you measure how much coal or anything inside?
Well, we can today. Our geology is pretty good. So even though they do move around, and certainly things like the oil and gas can flow between crevices and things, but they are more or less in a similar place, even though it shakes around. And so sometimes you get it wrong, but by and large now, the geology and the geologists are very good at what they do. Ultimately, people need to drill to find out. But the point of this is that we can get a good estimate. I think Greenland is a good example, where the geological surveys from both the US and Greenland and Denmark, who are the countries that have kind of the geological surveys that have explored the place, are pretty confident about the amount of oil and gas that there are. But they have decided not to drill to discover it explicitly. And in that way, it's like saying, is it there if you don't see it? But what happens when you actually then have to go and see it is you tend to have to kind of destroy it a bit. Hi everyone. So that's sort of what it is. So even though it moves, you're still there. I'm reading my book, Thriving at Nature's Pace, with my mum, who's having her breakfast. So I'm not disturbing her in showing her. Today I do this most mornings, and the book is about a new approach to climate change. So please do recommend it. And it gives me a chance to spend time with my mum, who is going to be 91 in a week. Yay, we're going to look forward to that. I have to bring a present. Okay. All right. Bye for everyone. Bye now. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
You want to say bye, Mum?
Bye.
Hi.